In this video, we are going to solve an example from chapter 4. The topic of this example is going to be involved with L'Hopital rule. The question that we are going to answer today is evaluate the limit as x goes to 0 from the right for x times ln of sine of x. Now, if you notice and you wanted to evaluate your limits, you'll find that it's going to have the indeterminate form 0 times infinity as x goes to 0 from right. But in order to use L'Hopital rule, you need to put it in form 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. So how we are going to do that? Well, we need to rewrite the expression in a way that allows us to have the desired indeterminate form by moving the x from the numerator to be denominator of a denominator. If you could write it in this way, then you are going to have the desired indeterminate form, which is going to be infinity over infinity. Okay, if we apply L'Hopital rule now, so the limit as x goes to 0 from the right is going to be equivalent to the derivative of the outer functions in the numerator, ln, which is 1 over sine of x, times the derivative of the inner function, which is going to be cosine of x, divided by the derivative of the denominator, which is going to be minus 1 over x squared. Now, before you go ahead and think of applying L'Hopital rule for the second time, you need to simplify your expression a little bit, because sometimes you might end up by evaluating your limits without the need of going to use L'Hopital rule for the second time. So this one is going to be equivalent to limit as x goes to 0 from the right for minus x squared times cosine of x divided by sine of x. This is going to give you the indeterminate form 0 over 0. Now, since we have the indeterminate form 0 over 0, so we need to use the L'Hopital rule again. But be careful now, your numerator is going to have a product of two functions, so we need to use the product rule in order to find the derivative of the numerator. So we have minus x squared times cosine of x in the numerator. Now, when you are applying L'Hopital rule for the second time, the numerator is going to be the derivative of the first term minus x squared, which is going to be minus 2x, times the second term, which is cosine of x, minus x squared times the derivative of the second function cosine of x, which is minus sine of x, divided by the derivative of the denominator sine of x, which is cosine of x. Rewriting your expression a little bit, tidying it up. So this is going to be minus 2x cosine of x plus x squared sine of x. Now, if you try to evaluate your limits, then as x goes to 0, your numerator is going to be 0 plus 0 divided by denominator, which is 1, which is equivalent to 0. And this is going to give you the value of your limits using the L'Hopital rule technique. I hope that this is going to be helpful for you in applying L'Hopital rule in many other different situations.